Hey everyone, welcome back to Angry TV. Today we're going to do a follow-up video for one of the most popular ones that I did just before Christmas, and that's when I transferred from an iPhone to an Android device. You'll probably remember that I went from, I think it was an iPhone 7 to the Galaxy S8. So I've had a few months to play with the S8 now, used it pretty hard, as you might imagine you would as a blogger. So we're going to take a look at 5 things that I've found about it. Let's see if you agree. Okay, so thing number 1 is the screen. Now, it is absolutely gorgeous, as you might imagine. Edge to edge, no problem with that at all. And it's lovely to use in day to day. But the thing I found is that if you've got chubby fingers like mine, and you get on a web page like this, where it's a bit difficult to see in this camera, but what will happen is your fingers will kind of rub that, and you'll end up going to an article that you didn't want to go to. See that? Like that? And that becomes really, really, really annoying after a while. So the screen, kind of double-edged sword. I get the point of the edge screen, but in all honesty, it's a little bit pointless. It looks nice, but it doesn't really serve any purpose. Things where you're supposed to get notifications like that don't work. You just get a funky light instead. But yeah, that edge screen, it's kind of style over substance, I think. So that's the first thing that's irritated me about that phone. Okay, the second thing I found is the fingerprint reader. Now, you've probably read loads about that on reviews and how awkwardly placed it is. And it's not a lie, believe me. Coming from an iPhone and having a home button that you just press, it's just so irritating. The facial unlock doesn't really work. The iris thing barely works. And the fingerprint, it's just you have to reach for it like that. You have to reach right round, reach around to get into it. And it just becomes a real pain in the arse. With Apple's phones, you stick your thumb on the thing and it just reads it and off you go. So the fingerprint scanner is actually a real issue. Although here in the S9 they've changed it, so hopefully that'll be for the better. But that is a right pain in the bum hole, it really is. The next thing is going to make me sound like a real Apple fanboy, but I just don't like the way it looks. The user interface is ugly. It's really ugly. It's really ugly. Look at that. It looks like it's been drawn by a 5-year-old. It's horrible. Coming from an iPhone, it's like, I don't know, it's like looking at Katie Price's bottom. It's just horrible. Look at it. Nasty. Nasty, 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 yuck. Horrid. It's just not a nice sight for the eyes, is it? Awful. They really need to sort this out. I know it's got Samsung's own skin over it, but in all honesty, native Android isn't much better than that. Look at it. Ugh, yuck, horrid. Now, the next thing as well is probably something that's irritating, but actually quite serious. Now, it hasn't happened to me, but as you probably know, my wife's got the same phone. On more than one occasion, she's had a virus pop up from a web page. She's clicked a link through Facebook that seems reasonably safe and secure, something from the mail or something like that, but she's had 2 pop-ups saying your S8's infected with a virus. She's gone into complete panic mode, handed the phone to me, and I've had to shut the windows down without clicking on any links. But that's happened twice now. Now, that just doesn't happen on an iPhone. It really doesn't. You don't get security issues. Yeah, they're not perfect and they have problems, but I don't think in almost 10 years of owning iPhones I've ever seen or had a virus on one. So that's just not good enough, and for me that's just a deal breaker. So security wise, not great. Now, I believe that the Apple Store is completely secure and every app that goes to it has to be signed off by Apple, but that's not the same for Google Play. I know there's some levels of security, but I think pretty much anyone can launch an app. It doesn't really get checked. So from that point of view, yeah, I don't really want to have to install antivirus on a phone. That's just an unnecessary hassle for me. And yeah, viruses on phones, plus, you know, they're carrying all your personal information. That's just a bad thing. Fail. Lastly, and the thing that's really unforgivable for me is it crashes. It crashes all the time. Constant crashes and freezes and stickiness and awfulness all the time. Pretty much, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week you have to turn the bloody thing on and off again. You'll be halfway through doing something, it will chuck you out, the apps will fail, the UI gets stuck, the camera doesn't launch, the gallery doesn't launch. It's just constant crashes. Now this thing's supposed to be packed to the gills with the latest hardware. It just shouldn't be happening. It's really, really bad. I mean, perhaps if you're not a blogger like me and you use your phone in the normal manner, it's probably not an issue for you. But for me, as uses it as a tool, it's just a disaster. I can't cope with it. With an Apple, it just works. And there's truth in that. People say about Apple, it just works. It's because they do. They just work. They never get stuck. They never crash. Well, that's not strictly true. But they crash a lot less than these things do. But to have it happen multiple times a week, I can't cope with that. I really can't. And I suppose that's Google's fault, isn't it? It's Google's operating system at the end of the day. Or is it Samsung because they've put a load of junkware over the top of it? I don't know. But to have to turn this thing on and off repeatedly to reset things or wait for things to happen, it's just not good enough. Particularly not for someone like me. So, sorry Samsung, this phone, it's got to go. So there you go. So that's very quickly the 5 things that I've kind of come to notice about using an Android device for, well, just over 3 months, I think. It is a bit of a disappointment. So when I first got the phone, I really, really liked it. I liked it because it was different. I liked it because you could customise it. And I liked it that you could change things and do stuff. But on a practical level, day to day, I'm just finding it a bit of a nightmare. And for me, I need my phone continuously. I need it to be a tool. I need it just to work. I need it just to do things when I pick it up. I don't need to be waiting for stuff to happen, or freezes or crashes or viruses. I just don't have time for that. You know, maybe I'm too ensconced in Apple. I don't know. It's just not working for me. So unfortunately, I think this is probably going to end up on eBay, or if anyone out there watching fancies basically a mint condition S8, then perhaps let me know. But I'm probably going to go and pick up now a second-hand iPhone and go back to that, which is probably as disappointing for me as for all of you guys watching out there. But there you go. It is what it is. I'm an Apple fanboy. Sorry. And there's a cat just appeared. That's going to make a good video. Hi, cat. So anyway, that's my 5 thoughts on owning an S8 for a period of time. So now we've had a guest appearance from Perry the cat. Perry, me cat, me lovely cat that I love lots and lots and lots. Me lovely cat. Oh, you're a lovely cat. You are a lovely cat. So you are. So, for me and Perry, the lovely cat, thanks for watching. See you again for the next video. Stay angry.